What's up? Back with my third spontaneous speaking video. I'm just on a roll here. And today I actually want to talk about what I and a lot of other people, especially in the Christian circle, call seasonal friends. I've actually been wanting to talk about this for a while, but it definitely became a topic that I had to expound on last week when my final class was canceled and Jamila was busy doing math homework in the laboratorium. And so I had about 2 hours free, but I had almost nobody in mind to text or call or hit up and be like, hey, I got about 2 unexpected free hours. Do you want to get something to eat or any of that? And basically I came to the realization that, wow, I don't have friends. And of course that's not entirely true. I definitely have friends, but friends in the sense that somebody in my inner circle or people in my inner circle who I was able to hit up in that short period of time to spend some time with and, just socialize with. And it's so different because my freshman year, it was entirely the opposite, where it's to the point that I was never, ever, ever bored. I was very, very, very rarely alone. We rolled in a huge group and a lot of people knew us, or at least majority of the group. And I just always had at least 2 people to hang out with at any time. And now I look at freshman year to my senior year here in college, and that whole group, just people either weren't able to come back to college, people went to different colleges, people moved off campus, and most of us just really found our inner circle apart from ourselves. And that's not to say that we're not friends anymore, or we don't talk anymore, or we just avoid each other. We see each other in the hallways and we're like, nah. But more as I believe that part of the maturing process is coming to realization that some people in your life will be seasonal, and that is okay. We don't have to hit people with the "hey stranger" text or "who's this" when you clearly know who it is. I think that we really should continue to just, I guess embrace isn't really the word, but I'm gonna use it anyway. Embrace the concept of people being in your life and serving a great purpose in your life for that period of time. Even in my own life, there are people that I used to text for months straight daily. And I don't know if it's because maybe now I'm with Jamila, or just simply because me, the person, have been growing more mature in who we are, and it's seemingly clashing and we're moving apart, or whatever the case may be, maybe even a mixture of both. But these people obviously do not text as often, if at all. Sometimes I'll see them on my Instagram, like photo or comment on the photo, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever. And that just goes to show that despite our lack of communication, we can still be mature enough to look past our current situation and look actually into the past of when we did bond in that way, and just come to a unspoken but mutual understanding that, hey, you know what, we inevitably grew up, but that doesn't mean that we can no longer be friends in that sense. We can no longer talk. You have to avoid me. You can't hit me up if you need anything. I would say that if I've ever been close with anybody in my life, then no matter who they are, no matter how long we had not spoken, and this has happened actually numerous times, those people can hit me up at any time and be like, hey, I know we haven't talked in a while, but this is what's going on in my life. Can you help me? And I will be down to help. Because, like I said, I don't see it as, oh, you haven't spoke to me in a long time and now all of a sudden you want help. Like, no, that's life. And in fact, I think that that's actually God's course of helping us, because one thing that I've been learning in my self-development journey is that you never, ever, ever want to spread yourself too thin. And that's something that I used to really struggle with. I had a huge inner circle, and that was allowing my personality to be more shallow or come off as more shallow, because the type of person that I am, I'm so in tune with those around me, with those who are closest to me, that it came to a point where I was just overextending myself, and I wasn't able to, long term help everybody in my inner circle, because there's only so much of me to go around in that sense. And once you learn to manage your energy correctly, then I believe that that's when you start to dwindle down that inner circle of yours. I love how Jesus only had 12 friends. And even in that 12, he had probably like 3 or 4 in that inner circle that he really confided in. And so even if Jesus even did that, then I believe that's a big thing that we should learn to do ourselves. And we should also learn to not be upset when people decide not to include us in our inner circle. I have no bad feelings towards those who just fell off with me, like I said, and I hope they don't have any bad feelings towards me either. Like I said, I'm always going to continue to be there for them, and they can always hopefully continue to be there for me. And I'm not opposed to, just the quick catch up, but yeah, that is just something that's consistent in life, realizing that people will not always be in your life, especially to the same extent that they had always been, and that's okay. We should come to terms with that and just allow ourselves to continue to move on with life, appreciate people while they're there. So I would say that I've come to a point where I honestly believe that maybe at max 2 to 4 at max people in my life are those who are like lifelong partners that are going to stay there. They, I'm sure, know who they are, but everybody else, not that they're not a part of my inner circle, because I believe that there's layers to inner circles and acquaintances and all of that. That you have the very, very, very far off acquaintance, and then you also have like, acquaintances who you can really show them or like see them as like a close friend and everything. And I would hope that no matter where these people are placed, they would not feel as if I've degraded them in that certain fashion or anything. Like we don't have any like harsh feelings. And I think it's a beautiful thing to be able to pick up where you left off. I'm a big fan of, if a stranger hit me up, I don't bring up the fact that we had not spoken in over 6 months or longer. I'm gonna talk to you as if we had just spoke maybe like a week ago or even yesterday, because there's no need for that pettiness, you know what I mean? And so that's basically it. Just some thoughts that I was having. And I think the main thing that I'd want us to take from this video is to think of quality over quantity. Don't spread yourself too thin, because it's part of maturing. Also remember that there's different levels to the acquaintance zone, and don't become petty. Don't be one of those petty people that's like, oh, well, now you want to talk to me, or oh, so you haven't spoke to me in a long time, whatever. Like, grow up, be mature, and understand that people will not always be in your life to that heavy extent, and that is okay. That is part of life. That is part of growing up, and you should just accept that. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Follow me on Instagram, whatever, DEEZY, number 2, blessed. And for Twitter, DEEZY, number 2, _ blessed. Facebook, DEEZY, MENSAH. And let me know questions too, because me and Jamila are going to start our question videos very soon. All right, see y'all. done.